Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm doing well, Samantha. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy to see you. Happy Tuesday, and welcome to episode 9 of the Inventor Smart Spotlight. You are our Spotlight feature. I'm so happy to have you here. I love your product, and we're going to get to that in just a minute. But we just want to also welcome everyone, like I just said, episode 9 of Inventor Spotlight, brought to you by the Inventor Smart Community and, of course, the National Inventor Club, bringing all things inventors to you. So if you're an inventor out there and you're wondering, where do I go? What do I do? We would love to have you. Of course, we have free memberships, and we also have a minimal paid membership, $10 a month, $99 for the year, for just a resource of information and support within the community, just like you've received, Elizabeth. And again, we're going to get to all that. So welcome. And so you are an inventor, and you've been in the community for quite some time. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor and tell us about what you have. Yeah. I'm excited for you to explain this to us. Elizabeth, can you hear me?
My name is Elizabeth Berryman Kent. Yes, I can. Yes. And I have an invention called the Cycle Bike Shield. Well, the inspiration for this shield was my husband bought a motorcycle and he brought it home, and immediately he tossed a bath towel over the shield. Yes, a bath towel. And I said to myself, why would you toss a bath towel over your shield? Because this is a beautiful bike. And he said to me, because of the UV rays and the debris, it will damage the windshield. And I said to him, okay, so why are we putting a bath towel over it again? He said, to protect it. And I said, okay. So the curiosity of me to say, why don't you go on the computer and find out what kind of covers do they have for a windshield? So I did. I found there was no covers for just a windshield on a motorcycle.
Really? I'm shocked.
What I did find is covers for it. I have no association with any type of motorcycles at all. So what I did see was covers for the entire bike, but nothing attractive about the covers, as beautiful as the bikes were. So out of curiosity, I went on the computer and I started looking at different ideas. I didn't find an idea that I really liked. So I asked my husband, I said, well, let me ask you this. What kind of functions on a motorcycle shield should I take in to know more about it? He said there is some shields have a button on it that you can bring up the windshield higher or lower. He said, so you got to keep that in mind, that if somebody wanted to lift their windshield up, it would expose it to the UV rays and the debris. So I said, okay. So my innovative mind started to think about it. I said, okay, why don't you make a standard cover for the shield and add an additional portion to the bottom of it to lengthen it or shorten it. As you can see, this is the tile I told you about. This was the shield.
Much better.
The shield has two functions: for the shorter version or the longer version of the windshield. So by using this, it protects the debris and the UV rays from damaging a windshield that could be costly in price to replace it.
Elizabeth, I have a question. So the UV rays and the material, did you select a certain type of material for that UV ray protection? Was that part of the process in your development?
Yes, exactly. Matter of fact, I had a prior patent on some furniture, and I used a piece of this fabric that's coated for outdoor use, and I used it for a flag outdoors. The flag stayed outdoors for approximately 3 to 4 years, and there was no damage to the canvas that is treated. And this is the same canvas that I have used on my Cycle Bike Shield.
It's
On the
so
reverse
smart.
side of it is actually the instruments of the motorcycle. And it slips on with the video that I'll be sending to you. It will show how easily it is to attach it.
That's incredible.
In
So are you
addition,
customizing those? The letter K, is that customized maybe for your husband? Is that what we're looking at?
they are customized. Yes,
Are
it's
you doing
customized
it?
using his last name.
Okay.
My last name.
Right. Are you doing the customization, or are you just showing the consumer or the buyer that they can customize it themselves?
Exactly. I'm looking to lease my product.
You're looking to license your product?
So therefore, they will know exactly what could be done to it.
Got it. You're looking for a licensing opportunity. Is that what you're saying? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm saying, are you looking for a
Absolutely.
licensing opportunity?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
And you have how many patents filed and received on your product? Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulties, but I think we've worked it out. So, Miss Elizabeth, I know that you want to show us a couple of more prototypes of your bike cover. So I'll go ahead and let you finish. And what do you have?
This is an iridescent cover that will be seen during the night on a bike. For instance, if the bike is sitting where there is no light, if somebody was to travel nearby, they would see the iridescent on the windshield, and that would protect their motorcycle from being damaged. My husband was a paratrooper in the military. I made him a cover for his windshield. The Army. That doesn't leave out anyone from the Air Force. And the Marines.
Of course.
And today, everybody's wearing a lot of camouflage. So I decided to make one in camouflage.
That's fantastic. Those are so creative. And I'm Team Air Force because my father is a retired United States Air Force captain. So shout out to Dad on that one.
Wonderful.
Those are really special. So let's talk about where we're at now. Are you currently selling them? Are you still in prototype stage?
I'm presently, I have a website that's being worked on presently.
Okay.
I do have a design patent, and I have filed for a utility patent, and I have filed for a trademark.
Awesome.
So what I'll be doing is looking for a licensing, and in the future, further, I would like to have a brand licensing.
Of course.
So,
reach for the stars. Reach for those stars. We love it.
Doing.
Exactly. So obviously we've had a lot of success here. You've come up with a very unique product, which I'm shocked to hear there wasn't something already available. So you've tapped into a market that I know is just thriving. I'm not a motorcycle enthusiast myself, but I do appreciate, I do have friends that really enjoy the activity and they're all about it. So clearly you've had some successes. Do you want to tell us about some of the challenges that you've had? I mean, as inventors, we have ups and downs, and clearly you're taking this places. So, but you've had to have some challenges along the way as well. Would you like to share those with us?
Well, the only challenges that I feel at this time is my husband had bought a gold wing motorcycle, and they're not built here in the U.S. I'm going to preferably starting with the U.S. companies that will build, and I will then build out to other countries. So really the U.S. is what I'm working on right now. So I found that to be a little challenge, but it is something that I'm looking forward to doing.
Now, when you say you're challenged by, are you challenging with the U.S. manufacturing, or because you're saying that the sizes are different when the products are coming, because you have to get different sizes? I mean, whoever would ultimately license this and manufacture it? Or are you looking to stay with a certain brand of motorcycle for that?
Well, no, I'm looking to expand out to other motorcycle companies. But due to the fact that I am licensed here in the U.S., I'm going to stick with the U.S. for the financially. I am able to go into other countries
for the time being, of course. But I would assume as soon as
Yes.
if you have a licensing deal, that company would manage the manufacturing and take care of everything. And yeah, you know, you'll just get to
Yes.
drive on a motorcycle with your husband and go, oh, look, there's our product. There's our product. There's our product. Yes? That's what's exciting, is to see your product out in the field, out with consumers. That's what we're all striving for.
The astonishing thing is I've never had an interest in motorcycles ever. But it was when my husband put the towel, that brought the interest to me, because being, again, an interior decorator designer, I had interest in doing something that complemented the motorcycle, because it's such a beautiful machine. And I didn't want to just put something on it just to cover up how beautiful it is.
Well, listen, lady, I think it's an ingenious idea. Do you have a background in inventing? What is your background?
I had it 22 years ago. I had a patent on some ottomans that had three functions. It had the cushion, the 10 colleges and universities. And that's where my interest in really doing something at that point. And so 22 years later, I didn't stop. Age is just a number, and the ideas still come. So I utilize what comes to me.
I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, age is just a number for creative people. It really doesn't matter. I don't even think that's a factor anymore. You know, what I love about our community is that there's so many of us of all different stages, ages, everything of where we're at in our invention journey. So the Inventor Smart Community for me has just been incredible. Again, I love the community. I love interacting with people. I love hearing about their stories and their inventions, what they come up with. Again, their challenges and their achievements as well. So what has the Inventor Smart Community benefited for you?
The inventor community has really helped me to provide as much has informed me to provide as much protection for my product as possible because I don't want to lose what I invented.
Of course. Yes. Yes, of course. And, I appreciate that you're very active in our community. So for those of you that are listening that are not quite sure what is the Inventor Smart Community, so our founder and leader, Brian Freed, has created this app for inventors to go to for a ton of resources, meetings, everything from a book club to a networking events. We do live meetings every month, and all throughout the month, you can jump into the app and there's special guests, there's different events. So it's just a community of, like we say, all types of inventors in all different stages. And we come together. It's kind of like a social media board. So you can certainly find us at the Apple Play Store, Google Play, and of course, inventorsmartapp.com on the web. And if you're an inventor out there and you've got some ideas, what do I do? Where do I go? There's a lot of noise out there, right? And it gets really confusing. So I think that's why this community has been so valuable to independent inventors like yourself and for myself. So happy that you're an inventor and that you're part of our growing community, our inventor family, if you will. And again, I love it that you're so active because I do see that you ask questions and then there's people there to answer, whether it's Brian or Sean Taylor or Andy himself. And it seemed like you were getting the answers that you were looking for and we're saving you time and money by just coming together and helping one another. Would you agree with all that?
Absolutely. I really appreciate for what Brian has brought together because it has certainly helped me to grow as an inventor and to understand what I'm looking for. Because once before I was just marketing my own product. Now I've gone into a whole different area of business and it's licensing. So I appreciate the whole community that is helping me grow in my venture.
I love hearing this. Sometimes it gets me a little emotional because I speak with so many inventors in our community and we all have a story of how we got there and why we're so passionate about what we're trying to do. And it's a scary situation sometimes. There's a lot of marketing companies out there that are really willing to take thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money and with not always the positive results that we're looking for. So we're trying to help inventors learn that they can do a lot of this themselves and they can do a lot of it within the hub of the community and kind of cut some of those corners that are kind of scary out there and can be very expensive, right? But we all know with inventing, it's dedication, it's hard work, it's consistency, it's getting the information and failing fast. I love that term, failing fast. I'm a serial inventor. I come up with ideas all the time and I'll pitch them to some friends and they let me know pretty quickly if that's an up or a down. So, but we all have fun with it either way. Well, I think this wraps up our interview today. We're very excited for you. I love your product. I get it. I mean, it's protecting the motorcycle. It's doing the private branding, the licensing. It's customized and personalizing those shield covers. So what's the full name of your product?
Yes. I'm excited to where it's going to because for it to never be out there, my mind still blows. Like, how could this never been out there before? But apparently it was meant for me to do. So I'm excited about it.
Hey, sometimes that's just the way it works out. So let me get this right. Your Cycle Bike Sun Shield. Is that correct? Cycle Bike Sun Shield.
Well,
very clear.
My website is Cycle Bike Shield.
Cycle Bike Sun Shield.
That's my website.
Correct. Is that website live and active right now?
My website is Cycle Bike Shield.
Cycle Bike Shield. Thank you. Cycle Bike Shield.
It's being worked on now.
Okay, so it's not live, not active just yet.
No.
Well, hopefully by the time this episode airs, we will have your website up and running and folks can go to it and keep updated and see what's going on. And of course, you're in our community app. You and I will be speaking again. We'll see you at our meetings. We'll see you in the book club. And hopefully we'll meet in person at one of our live events upcoming.
Thank you, Samantha.
Perfect.
I appreciate your opportunity to speak with you.
Oh, I enjoy this. It's just fun. I love inventors. I love hearing their stories and seeing their products. And I'm really proud of you. I know it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of dedication to keep pushing forward. So you always have a friend in me when it comes to inventing and encouragement.
Thank you. And I have been encouraged by you as well. Thank you.
All right. That sounds great. You have a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for being on our episode 9 Spotlight.
Thank you.